freedom shimmers like a dream. The promise that you can hold every choice, every path, every possibility. But Kierkegaard spoke of its quiet cost, that to choose one road is to close the door to another. Tonight we sit with that gentle ache, the knowing that freedom is not the absence of limits, but the grace of choosing what matters most. Because you can't have it all, and maybe you were never meant to. In the quiet of that truth, a deeper freedom waits, one that asks less of the world and more of your own heart. As we embark on this contemplative journey, imagine standing on the precipice of a vast ocean of choices, a limitless expanse that both excites and intimidates. Freedom, like the open sea, beckons us with its endless horizons. Yet, within its promise lies a paradox, a blessing, and a burden intricately intertwined. Each choice sets a course, but shadows other possibilities that drift away the moment a decision is made. Thus, the weight of freedom whispers of paths untrodden and dreams unfulfilled. In those quiet pauses, where the soul hovers in reflection, we realize that choosing itself incubates a quiet apprehension. The act of deciding isn't what evokes this fear. Rather, it's the acknowledgement that each yes carries with it countless no's, bidding goodbye to potentialities. Life, rich with possibilities, becomes a solemn reminder of freedom's dual nature, both abundance and absence. The infinite allure reduces to something finite, each choice crystallizing a singular thread of reality. This reveals that choice is an existential responsibility inherent in freedom's complex fabric. The illusion of boundless paths unfurls before us, ripe with promises and potentials. It's a landscape of all that could be, a paradise of untaken roads and unpursued dreams. This abundance, however, can be overwhelming, a cascade of possibilities all pleading for attention. In this mysterious lottery, every decision feels both victorious and vulnerable, as unseen opportunities slip into the might of beans. Beneath this radiant facade lies the fatigue of too much liberty. Freedom can be both liberating and paralyzing. The dread of choosing wrongly looms over every promising path. In our modern world of endless options, the infinite morphs into a heavy burden. Each decision guards multitudes of unexplored courses, forever out of reach once left behind. As Jean-Paul Sartre keenly observed, we are our choices. Through each decision, we not only shape the present, but carve out the outlines of our future, haunted by the echoes of the unchosen. This dance of dualities, exhilaration shadowed by overwhelm, reveals itself like light through a prism. For some, choice is an opportunity to explore realms of being, wings spread wide in curiosity and adventure. Yet for others, a tide of anxiety drowns the joy of deciding. The supposed liberation compresses into the grueling pressure of second-guessing missed possibilities. The heavier the burden of choice, the more its gravity expands, threatening to stifle light-heartedness. As the unchosen paths softly whisper, dreams deferred and roads less travelled linger in our minds. These silent echoes shaping our identity guide every decision. Choices engage not only with the present paths, but with these echoes crafting futures out of their murmurs. This is where the potential for regret sits at choice's core. How do we reconcile with what might have been? How do we console the curiosity of alternate realities? Such is the essence of freedom, not only in what we embrace, but in how we stand firm in our commitments, nodding to those whispers, but not yielding to them. The grand narrative of life is inherently finite, despite its rich hues of potentiality. As temporally bound beings, we confront this tension, each decision condemning other futures to abstraction. Embracing limitations within abundance paradoxically empowers us by transforming freedom from dread into empowerment. Acknowledging constraints liberates the self to grasp the depth within chosen paths without burdensome myths of infinite possibilities. Acceptance doesn't arise from lack, but from refocusing on what is essential. Navigating choice's labyrinth requires a compass, an authentic guide that aligns our decisions with our soul's desire. True freedom isn't random selection, but a resonant harmony with our core truths. When choices reflect authentic desires, they shift from overwhelming to expressions of truth. This integrity invites dialogues between ego and soul, blending thought and intuitive insight. Each decision isn't just an endpoint, but a ceremony of self-evolution. An alchemy where choices help reveal potential growth. The liberty to choose while privileging also carries a psychological weight, sometimes sinking peace under uncertainty. Decision fatigue may suppress the liberty of choosing, which calls for an understanding of these undercurrents, transforming this burden into a self-acceptance bridge. Resilience unto the choice's paradox reveals itself as a garden where decisions bloom alongside courage, becoming anchors against the storm of potentiality. It empowers engagement in choice as an opportunity for growth and learning, convinced that each decision, while imperfect, can germinate reflection and metamorphosis. Floating between the dichotomy of right and wrong permits the transcendence beyond strictures to explore choices through growth lenses. Real freedom renders perfection irrelevant, instead seeking wings through the imperfect undulations of daily choices. Each decision becomes a beckoning discovery, not just an outcome, but an initiation of deeper psychical realms. This metamorphic understanding renders choices into transformative dialogues with the self. As this chapter closes, let's reflect upon the promise-burden interplay inherent in choices. In acknowledging choice's paradox, we honour the paths both travelled and left. Each choice dialogues with the self, a reminder that freedom, in its richness, profoundly shapes us. Through reflection and resonance, this chapter invites you deeper into your own exploration of the choice's exquisite, yet burdened promise. In the softly glowing twilight of Kierkegaard's philosophical universe, we find a figure steeped in paradox, the knight of infinite resignation. Envision this noble soul, treading paths where material joys dance ephemeral around him, while he chooses an eternal pursuit beyond earthly grasp. This knight embodies a profound act of sacrifice, relinquishing dreams of career, love and personal beliefs, each step resonating with an inner melody, poignant and haunting. In his journey, a profound truth unfolds. To set aside earthly desires is not a dirge, but a transformation, an emergence into vast freedom. It's not the end of delight, but the beginning of unfathomable depth, carried forward by a commitment echoing beyond our finite understanding. This paradox, where renunciation births freedom, reframes our grasp of liberation. To many, freedom gleams with the promise of myriad possibilities, but Kierkegaard artfully whispers that true freedom nestles deep, rather than wide. Our knight doesn't wade into a sea of options, but instead holds a singular truth. Here, walls of choice become guardians of creativity, and boundaries paint horizons within the soul. What the world may see as self-denial becomes, in reality, the release from being bound by the temporal, a soul embracing the vastness of eternity within. As if walking through an ancient sacred ritual, the knight's quest mirrors an alchemical dance where inner turmoil and societal whispers beckon. Within this cosmic crucible, the ordinary elements of spirit dissolve, ego's chains melting away. It's an introspective symphony, leading to the raising of self beyond mere gratification into a realm kissed by understanding's grace. In the alchemy of resignation, loss morphs into fertile ground. Where once scattered desires ran rampant, clarity emerges, a philosopher's stone enlightening the true path. The path of infinite resignation demands an inner death, a silent surrender of outward identities, those forged in societal fires. It isn't the cessation of life, but a rebirth of essence, where worth dances not under public scrutiny, but through the quiet embrace of eternal truths. Released from roles and masks, the authentic self awakens, unburdened by validation's yoke. This spiritual metamorphosis unfolds like a slowly unfurling flower, each petal a whisper of enlightenment, clarifying existence itself. Love in this paradigm stands as a silent witness, an unspoken companion to the knight's solitary odyssey. It transcends earthly entanglements, residing in a realm where nothing is demanded, and yet everything is given. This love, pure and transcendent, thrives not in transactional exchanges but in quiet affirmations, a journey not of possession, but of being. It is a sacred space, fostering devotion unbridled by circumstances, a silent torch illuminating the knight's path through the shaded woods of existence. In this sacrifice of the finite lies the gain of the infinite. It calls for the courage to let go of worldly markers of success and reach into the profound depths of spiritual truth. Temporality's chains discarded, the knight ventures deeper into the inner sanctum of existence, seeking treasures unspoiled by time or matter. Here in this sanctuary, what was once deemed lost transforms, revealing the limitless expanse where spirit soars unrestricted by worldly ties, embracing eternity's boundless grace. Through Kierkegaard's eyes, we glimpse stories woven with metaphorical threads. The night of faith and the night of infinite resignation tread parallel roads, their paths illuminated by their distinct visions of faith. While resignation opens an ocean of eternity, faith sustains hope for the impossible, a divine dance extending beyond logic. Kierkegaard's stories call to us, inviting introspection. Are we resigned without expectation, or do we nurture faith? These narratives remind us that while external manifestations may remain intangible, the inner truth holds the key to cosmic fulfillment. In the whispers cast between the stars, the night of infinite resignation finds a language beyond words, a connection with the infinite that transcends temporal limits. Here in this sacred silence, personal truths stir, awakening in the stillness of solitude. It is a dialogue written not with letters, but with the spaces between, each silence a note in life's majestic symphony. As the night attunes to this silent melody, consciousness blooms, nurturing truths that illuminate and guide. In this ocean of endless choices, a singular ideal becomes a North Star, a steadfast guide through the swirling storms of uncertainty. This beacon of clarity aligns the soul, instilling strength to brave chaos with a clear, unyielding vision. It is the deepest essence of purpose, the clarion call amidst fleeting desires. Through this alignment, the night transforms inner chaos into cosmic harmony, a journey not of multiplicity, but of profound singularity. Finally, commitment and creativity bloom anew from infinite resignation's fertile soil. Commitment's constraints ignite creativity, forging paths resonant with timeless truth. This creativity, born not from chaos but intention, dances through life's intricate tapestry, whispered harmonies guiding each step. As the night traverses this eternal landscape, life blooms, a celebration of art born from within, a rich testament to the journey's sacred dance, much like a secret held gently in the night's hushed embrace. In the delicate dance of life, we find ourselves gazing at a myriad of choices, each a shimmering thread of potential, weaving its own story into the fabric of existence. This world, brimming with endless paths, offers a tantalizing promise of freedom, yet gently cloaked within it lies a weight, a sense of tension that stirs the soul. The abundance of choices, while enchanting, often leads to a quiet whisper of dissonance, like a soft wind echoing through an ancient forest. Every decision we contemplate closes doors to countless others, creating an innate pressure that transcends time, the timeless challenge of the human spirit. This paradox emerges as choice stands in stark contrast to life's finite nature, cradling within it the essence of freedom blended intricately with the weight of forsaken possibilities. Perhaps it is in this profound space where anxiety blooms, not as a flaw but as the natural bloom of consciousness itself, a gentle reminder of life's complexity. Standing at life's crossroads, we become ever more aware of the deep responsibility every decision holds, each selection carving identity from mere potential. While daunting, this understanding becomes a soft testament to the beauty of human awareness, a reflection that our journey is our own masterpiece. With each choice we embrace, we forsake many others, a tender reminder of impermanence and the yearning for certainty in nature's eternal dance of unpredictability. Modern thought often chases the illusion of the perfect choice, that elusive answer that promises alignment and happiness. Yet this is but a fleeting mirage, a trick of the mind. The endless quest for perfection weaves a web of doubt and hesitation, overshadowing the richness of life. The fear of imperfection casts its shadow over each decision, binding us to perpetual deliberation. Yet, the acceptance of imperfection offers liberation, a quiet invitation to embrace and learn from the paths we tread. Choices, like rivers, are not marks of fallibility, but streams of growth and discovery. No single choice captures all of life's possibilities, and in this realization, we find the courage to live authentically and appreciate the journey beyond any imagined endpoint. Regret, that silent spectre lingering in the heart's shadow, whispers of paths unfollowed and lives never lived. It reflects the possible toll of missed opportunities and reminds us of those choices we hesitated to make. Our imaginations often embellish these untravelled roads, painting them with hues of possibility, while ignoring the realities that might have awaited. Yet, regret need not remain a persistent shadow. It offers a path to insight. By viewing regret with curiosity, we may gather wisdom, refining future choices with greater clarity. This shift asks us to see regret not as a lament, but as a vital part of our human odyssey, teaching resilience and guiding us to shape futures unfettered by unchangeable pasts. Beneath our conscious thoughts lies an ocean of unconscious influence, directing choices in ways unseen. Embedded within Jungian thought is the concept that our decisions stem from hidden desires, echoes of past experiences and ancient archetypes dwelling deep within. This realm can feel like a silent compass, both comforting and mystifying, signalling internal wisdom while revealing that we may not always be the decision masters. Delving into this psychic abyss illuminates why choices sometimes echo with anxiety, unveiling motives through practices of inner exploration. It's a gentle reminder that the heart of choices anxiety lies not in the surface, but intertwined with the complex tapestry of our inner world. Every choice carries the intertwined essence of freedom and responsibility. Sartre eloquently reminded us, man is condemned to be free, capturing the solemn vow between liberty and consequence. Our choices become threads woven into life's grand tapestry, embodying values and priorities, heralding a mature acceptance of self-authorship. In this understanding, we choose to embody the creators of our lives, aligning each path with our core intentions, navigating possibilities with integrity, and transforming trepidation into self-empowerment. At this journey's heart lies a profound existential query, each choice an echo of who we are and whom we aspire to become. Existential thought suggests that identity continuously unfolds through our decisions. This elevates the act of choice as a sacred vehicle, allowing authentic self-definition. It invites us to traverse the unknown, crafting narratives upon life's unpredictable canvas with each choice, a conscious brushstroke in our story. Experiencing the anxiety of possibility can soon reveal itself as transformative, where fear is transmuted into newfound empowerment. This metamorphosis unfolds with a brave step into self-awareness, embracing fear as a guide in transformation. Following Carl Jung's notions of shadow integration, we begin to reconcile with the parts of ourselves previously unrecognized. Transformation does not mean eliminating fear. It reshapes it into a guardian at transformation's gate. Empowerment arises from embracing uncertainty as the soil from which personal growth blooms. Commitment arises as both refuge and liberator amidst overwhelming choice, steering us toward paths resonant with our true selves. Through commitment, we engage with life intentionally, discovering clarity and a newfound sense of purpose. Sacred as a gardener tending a singular plant, we allow authentic growth to flourish, transforming the act of commitment into both anchor and liberation, defined by dedicated essence over fleeting desires. Within life's relentless cacophony, cultivating inner silence becomes a guiding practice, fostering clarity, not an absence of thought, but a stillness revealing deeper truths. This sanctuary allows external chaos to fall away. Here in the heart of silence, we discern voices of fear and intuition alike, navigating possibility's wilderness with inner wisdom. In reconciling with life's paradox of freedom, true liberation unfolds, not in grasping every path, but in embracing cherished ones. This acceptance bestows freedom from the burden of unrealized futures, inviting a dance with life's fluidity, living each moment reverently, and integrating freedom and choice into the sacred journey of becoming. In the dawning of each new day, we are presented with a shimmering tapestry of possibilities, a canvas where every path appears open to us. This world whispers promises of abundance, urging us to grasp every opportunity, to become beings without limits, unbounded by constraints. We are taught to chase it all, ambition fueled by visions of infinite potential. Yet as we reach for the stars, we face the poignant irony that the universe of countless choices can become a confining corridor. The more we strive to capture everything, the more elusive it becomes, each choice exacting its own toll, and promising paths seemingly lead nowhere. In this labyrinth where every turn promises fruit, we stumble into the web of indecision, a dance of endless comparisons between what is and what might be. Instead of true freedom, we find ourselves shackled by an insidious fear, a fear that each choice made obliterates countless others, yet unexplored. Suspended between desire and uncertainty, we struggle to embrace the present as it flutters past, unnoticed, while our minds wrestle with the what-ifs of tomorrow. Indecision resembles a state of purgatory, a limbo where dreams dangle mid-air, held back by an invisible weight of unchosen possibilities. The allure of what might be, clashing with fear of what might not, ensnares us in an eternal debate, a paralysis that halts progress and hollows aspiration. Our souls crave the clarity of commitment, a whisper urging us to choose, even as the world entices us with its unending buffet of options, each one demanding a part of us. This myth of having it all visits us like an old familiar song, a siren's call that captivates the spirit and inspires us to stretch further, reach higher and want beyond our means. Yet, beneath the alluring veneer lies the harsh reality of its impossibility. We are finite beings, our time, our energy, our focus limited by nature. As we chase the mirage of endless achievement, we scatter our resources across myriad pursuits, spreading too thin the richness of our potential, leaving us grasping at shadows rather than seizing the substance of true, meaningful experience. The seduction of limitless potential wears on the spirit, a daily reminder that with every dawn comes infinite choices and the expectation of self-actualization. The myth asks us to scale all peaks at once, to grow endlessly without acknowledging the sacrifices and trade-offs that true growth demands. We dodge commitment to any one path, betraying others in the process, and end more scattered than fulfilled, our potential dissipating in every direction, but our true calling. Yet there exists an antidote, a balm for the weary soul, the art of commitment. Commitment as an intimate gesture, a deliberate investment in select endeavours, brings depth to our lives, not rigidity. It is not the death of ambition, but rather the nurturing soil from which true growth springs. This centered focus soothes the turmoil of unending possibilities, guiding us toward richer, more profound experiences. Authentic relationships blossom, expertise deepens, and self-awareness sharpens through this gentle dedication. As we learn to let go of the multitude of paths, we discover freedom profound, freedom in choosing to limit ourselves not as an act of defeat, but as a dance toward depth. This liberation invites us to embrace the notion that less can indeed be more. That quality of experience enriches the fabric of life far beyond the quantity of aspirations pursued. Within these chosen limits lies the fullness of creativity, connection, and joy. A beautiful paradox of constraints that embolden our spirits to soar higher than the unbounded chase ever could. Within this embrace of purposeful choice, we turn whole faces to the sun, cultivating depth over breadth. This is not a denial of expansion, but a fostering of meaningful engagement, inviting us to dwell fully in each moment and align body, mind, and spirit in unison. We cultivate inner dialogue with our true selves, carving paths that nourish and inspire, crafting narratives that sing with coherence and resonate with authenticity. Saying no becomes a sacred right, an empowerment through which we assert our sovereignty. Restraint becomes our ally, a wise acknowledgement of finite energy and time, an affirmation of what truly matters. The strength to decline expands our clarity, sharpening the focus of genuine growth and liberating us from the demands of the world. Peace emerges in choosing these limitations, transforming chaos into a sanctuary of reflection where purpose reveals itself and fulfillment pours forth. It is not renouncing aspiration, but celebrating the sacred wisdom of knowing where our truth lies. Within the bounds of these chosen paths lie expanses of unexplored potential, offering a profound clarity and creative expression in navigating life's serene beauty. In the dance of freedom and commitment, we find ourselves unburdened, the weight of indecision lifted. This chosen focus does not bind but awakens, guiding us to a purposeful life. As a painter finds infinite expression within a single canvas, we too discover untold depths within our selected journeys, each deliberate step resonating with the essence of who we truly are. Through this focused freedom, we manifest an authentic self, resilient and vibrantly alive, aligned with the truth that resonate at the core of our being. In the quiet expanses of human experience, freedom seems like a boundless horizon, a vast ocean of possibilities, whispering of endless journeys. Yet hidden beneath this shimmering surface lies the revelation that every choice must fade the multitude of others into silence. This paradox forms the essence of genuine freedom, the acceptance of life's transient nature, and the ephemeral paths that weave the tapestry of our existence. It is in this conscious embrace of impermanence that true liberation is found, as we recognise that the pursuit of having everything may obscure the path to our true selves. This understanding is not a lament for what is lost, but a celebration of life's ever-changing dance. As each decision echoes into the world, it ignites a symphony within us, a resonance that discovers authenticity in the act of choosing. We begin to see these sacrifices not as renunciations, but as affirmations of the path our heart truly beats for. This journey toward liberation is a sacred one. Each door we gently close is another that we profoundly open, vibrant with potential and purpose. The word no emerges elegantly within this dance, a poised refusal against the seductive call of innumerable options. When we choose to say no to certain dreams or aspirations, it does not diminish us. Rather, it strengthens our soul's true callings. This act of discernment lies at the core of intentional living, guiding our steps toward experiences that are rich with meaning. By embracing the power of no, we transform it into a sacred refrain, one that clarifies and crystallizes our purpose, lifting our lives from the trivial to the transcendent. In this space, the beauty of letting go unfolds, a mystical alchemy that transforms leaden attachments into golden clarity. The release of certain longings and beliefs, though daunting, is a metamorphosis that ultimately lightens our spirit. By surrendering the hold of every option, we initiate a profound inner transformation, replacing fear with trust, confusion with crystalline vision. The crucible of sacrifice melds intention with action, leaving us lighter, poised with readiness for renewal. This transformation is not a passive drift, but an active engagement that requires emotional honesty and courage. It invites us to confront our attachments with gentle inquiry and understanding. By courageously releasing what no longer serves, we create fertile ground for new beginnings, a garden poised to bloom with desires that truly honour our essence. This transformative process becomes a catalyst for growth, distilling our focus to what the heart genuinely seeks, a true embodiment of liberating freedom. As we embark on this journey through sacrifice, we anchor ourselves in a deeply grounded existence, where purpose becomes our guiding star. Each sacrifice we make, whether relinquishing a career, a relationship, or a cherished belief, is a deliberate step toward evolution, a profound connection with what genuinely serves the soul. This act of anchoring is not a restriction, but a nurturing space for growth, where the individual evolves with purpose and intention. In letting go of the unnecessary, we focus unwaveringly on our chosen path, crafting a legacy that is transformative and transcendent, standing firm against life's unpredictable winds. In willingly embracing sacrifice, a hidden clarity emerges, a quiet light illuminating the deeper contours of our soul's journey. This clarity acts as a guiding beacon through life's limitless possibilities, gently steering us toward the paths we are meant to tread. Recognizing sacrifice as a conduit to inner wisdom, we unveil the profound simplicity of existence, a narrowing of our focus that paradoxically broadens our understanding of self. Through the act of letting go, our consciousness settles, allowing the mysteries of life to unfold with mindful reverence. Renunciation, often misconstrued as loss, is a spiritual revelation, a journey that reveals deep truths about our core nature. As we release our grip on fleeting desires, revelations arise, nourishing our evolution and peeling away illusions. Each act of letting go becomes a bridge to higher realms of self-awareness, opening pathways to our higher self. Here, sacrifice is both a separation from and a unity with, guiding us to embrace the transformative power of simplicity. In setting boundaries, we cultivate a grounding rhythm, an intimate dance between wants and the wisdom of discipline. Embracing limitation is not about constriction, it's about channeling our energy into what truly matters, deepening our engagement with life. This practice nurtures a refined sense of self, enhancing emotional intelligence and resilience. By focusing on fewer things, we amplify our love for those chosen, creating a life that values quality over quantity. A life where freedom finds new liberated meaning. Through the delicate balance of sacrifice, the craftsmanship of the soul flourishes, a continuous journey of sculpting one's essence. In this intimate soulcraft, illusions vanish to reveal the authentic self, forging a deep connection with our inner landscape. As we transform desires into soulful aspirations, we navigate life's complexities with grace and strength. In the conscious crafting of our soul, we achieve an autonomy that mirrors liberated existence. In embracing the paradox of sacrifice, we uncover the profound work of soulcraft and the liberation it yields. In the quiet corridors of our inner world, Kierkegaard's philosophy beckons us, inviting us to rediscover ourselves through the lens of commitment. It whispers of a path where risk and acceptance dance hand in hand, urging us beyond the shimmer of fleeting pleasures and towards an abiding intimacy with our true selves. This is no mere pledge. It's a nurturing of the soul, where the deliberate act of choosing becomes a beacon leading us into deeper freedom. With each step on this chosen path, the chaos of indecision fades, revealing a landscape where commitment does not confine us, but rather expands the soul's capacity to understand and love genuinely. To commit fully to one calling, one love, or one truth might at first seem like a narrowing of life's vista, but it is, in essence, a transition into a life of depth and meaning, where abundance no longer depends on the number of paths available, but on the quality of the experience along the chosen one. An authentic commitment isn't without its elements of fear and loss. As we step onto one path, others quietly slip away, not as errors, but as natural repercussions of our choice. Yet, within these seeming losses lies an unexpected, liberating power. Kierkegaard encourages us to see these narrowed choices not as restrictions, but as empowering forces that free us from the illusion of endless options. These commitments, when faced with courage, allow us to savour the richness entailed in our chosen endeavours, teaching us the elegance of a life ordered by our deeper values. The depth of life's experience reveals itself profoundly when one is committed to a singular trajectory. By focusing on one passion or calling, we find ourselves immersed like a pebble sinking into a depthless lake, uncovering layers of beauty and insight previously obscured by the frenzied surface. As Kierkegaard noted, diving deep brings to light the forest's intricacies, otherwise overlooked by those who hurriedly skim its edges. Thus, in choosing depth over breadth, wisdom and insight grow, enriching our existence and fostering a life of intention and insight. This kind of commitment liberates us from the clamour of constant indecision. Although it might initially feel like a surrender to limitation, it actually conquers the tyranny of endless questioning and grants us a place of steadiness from which to live our truth. When we commit, we anchor ourselves in authenticity, free to proceed with determined intent, finding that the real freedom lies in the clarity of our chosen path. Kierkegaard's paradox of limited freedom invites us to ponder this intriguing duality. Where we might expect confinement, we uncover the essence of true emancipation. By narrowing our choices to what resonates most deeply, we find a potent freedom that transcends mere availability of options. Such limitations become portals into richer realms of experience, as commitment emerges not as a chain but as a compass guiding us towards fulfillment. When we live with earnest commitment, the quality of life magnifies. The complex tangle of existence simplifies, as devotion to a harmonious path aligns our inner and outer selves, infusing our narrative with purpose and belonging. Such a methodology of being sharpens the focus of our energy, allowing creativity and inspiration to blossom from attentiveness and engagement. Yet navigating commitment's challenges demands endurance and resilience. Doubts surface, revealing the intricate weave of fears and uncertainties that test our resolve. But in overcoming each hurdle, strength of character is forged. Perseverance becomes our backbone, nurturing a resilience that fortifies us against life's tumult, elevating our capability and balance as humans. Within this dance of commitment, fear cannot be ignored. It stands patiently by, reminding us of potential failures and lost intricate opportunities. Kierkegaard's teachings guide us to see fear as an insightful companion, revealing our deepest values and desires. Far from being a deterrent, fear sharpens and clarifies the commitment, transforming into a force that emboldens our steps. At its core, choosing oneself, committing to one's values and passions, presents perhaps the most profound of commitments. As we turn inward, exploring the essence of who we are, fulfillment unfurls, transcending the transient and anchoring us in peace. This alignment with our values enriches us beyond our solitary selves, fostering authenticity in how we engage with the world around us. Finally, the courage to commit becomes a passageway to freedom beyond fear. True liberation unfolds when we embrace fear, not as an obstacle, but as a catalyst for authenticity. Kierkegaard's ideals challenge us to transcend fear's shadow, merge in acceptance with thoughtful action, and in doing so, craft an existence fear cannot corrode. As we walk our path with courage and intent, fear transforms into mere echoes, stepping stones on the path to a life teeming with depth, wisdom, and freedom. Thus, commitment's transformative power unveils itself not as bondage, but as a testament to a life authentically lived, free at its core. In the gentle embrace of a world brimming with endless choices, the allure of having it all tempts like a shimmering mirage on the horizon. Society, woven with the threads of capitalism and consumerism, sings the siren song of endless acquisition. We are propelled forward, seeking wealth, status, and an elusive portrayal of happiness defined by the glint of material success. Yet beneath this outward chase lies an ancient paradox. Wanting everything fractures the soul and scatters the self. We wander a mysterious labyrinth, where the pursuit of innumerable desires disperses our vital energy, leaving us perpetually adrift. In our quest for all that glitters, we overlook the profound fulfillment that springs from committing deeply to one sacred path. This division nourishes an internal conflict, tugging us towards external affirmations and societal markers, rather than rooting us in personal truths and convictions. As ambitions tethered to external pursuits grow, so does the echoing void within, each unmet aspiration amplifying the haunting refrain of inadequacy. The swirling storm of competing desires splinters the self into fragmented pieces, obscuring its essence beneath a shadow of unmet wants. To navigate through this misty chasm, we must first gaze into the heart of our diverse yearnings, deciphering the origins of our restlessness and charting a path towards transcending the chaos birthed by the yearning to be all things at once. In this storm of acquisition, the illusion of wholeness attained through possession weaves its captivating tale. The belief that having more leads to completeness dances like a mythical mirage, promising satisfaction, yet delivering emptiness. Ambition, noble in its essence, becomes misguided when fueled by the external allure of everything, rather than by the internal yearning for true fulfillment. As we amass trophies, object accolades, fleeting victories, we discover them to be but hollow shells, masking rather than filling our deepest voids. Instead of nurturing the soul, the relentless gathering of external symbols of success distorts our sense of completeness and identity. This perilous cycle, driven by an insatiable hunger, underscores the importance of re-evaluating our desires and realigning them towards genuine wholeness and inner peace. The path to true freedom does not lie in the accumulation of all things, but in recognizing what is essential and worthy of devotion in our journey of personal growth. The eager mastery of multiple desires can, unbeknownst to us, fragment our identity, leaving the self as an unsettled scattering of intentions. Striving simultaneously for wealth, success, relationship spreads us too thin across the canvas of aspirations, diluting the intensity of each pursuit. Every goal requests energy, time, and commitment, and when these are divided among numerous desires, their essence is lost in the spreading. This fragmentation of identity extends beyond the external, as it disrupts the internal harmony we seek. Our story becomes a patchwork quilt of competing ambitions, lacking a unified narrative thread. This lack of cohesiveness seeds alienation and discontent, as our inner tale becomes a tangled narrative of confusion. The challenge is to align our actions with our intrinsic values, sculpting a life reflecting our authentic selves, and discerning which desires truly resonate with our core essence. The desire to achieve everything brings emotional tidal waves, stress, anxiety, persistent dissatisfaction. Juggling myriad desires, we face relentless pressure to excel in multiple realms concurrently. The weight of yearning for it all creates an ever-present tension, obstructing the peace and fulfillment that accompany focused aspirations. This turmoil seeps beyond the self, impacting relationships and communal bonds. The fixation on personal pursuits overshadows the richness of shared experiences, leading to isolation and loneliness. Recognizing these emotional tolls is the first gentle step towards establishing harmony and nurturing life-enriching contentment. To rise above this restless sea, we must embark on an inward journey, an exploration of our shadowed self. Known as shadow work, this introspection guided by Carl Jung illuminates the disowned and unacknowledged corners of our psyche. By confronting these hidden elements, we uncover the root of our excessive desires. This personal pilgrimage fosters self-awareness, urging us to face fears, insecurities, and submerged emotions, allowing a cohesive self-concept to emerge. Intentional shadow work dismantles barriers, obscuring authentic living, granting us wisdom to pursue desires aligned with the soul's aspirations. In the soft echoes of liberation, we find it not in overreaching but embracing limitations. Recognizing the confines of our capacities, time, energy, talents, liberates us to refine our goals. Embracing limits cultivates gratitude and invites clarity, nudging us to savor profound experiences over scattered accumulations. Through humility and intentional living, we anchor ourselves in purpose, paving the path towards serenity by relinquishing the futile quest to be everything at once. In this pursuit of less, we unlock the sacred art of prioritization. By discerning true values from fleeting charms, we navigate our desires with intention. This conscious act of prioritizing nurtures ambition without constraint, turning dreams into a deliberate, focused journey. Detachment, a gentle practice of releasing outcomes, softens the grip of wanting, ushering peace and acceptance. Thus, the paradox reveals itself. In letting go of grasping for all, we find our peace. We engage in life fully, not in multiplicity, but in simplicity. Here, in the quiet sanctuary we create, lies authentic freedom, the art of becoming more by having less. In the vast expanse of life where countless paths beckon, singularity stands as a profound anchor, both paradox and promise. It invites us to contract our yearning for everything into the art of focused devotion, not as a denial, but as an unfolding, revealing a more profound existence. To commit to one pursuit, be it a person, a craft, or a principle, is to craft a tender alliance with the deepest parts of ourselves. Within this singular focus, a sacred space emerges, a delicate equilibrium where the infinite unfurls beyond the illusion of limitation. Here, life's richness is not scattered, but concentrated, like precious light through a prism. Within this serene space, commitment is transformed from a burden into a celebration of clarity and mastery. The choice of one path becomes a canvas for exploration, an authentic journey away from the noise of distractions into the heart of presence. Choosing a singular aim is liberation in disguise, creating a sanctuary where one's energy and intention find true companions. This sacred ground is a testament to the power of focus, nurturing a sphere where identity and purpose blend effortlessly, allowing creative forces to flow unhindered and inspire transformation, both inward and outward. The sanctuary of singular devotion is built softly, with subtleties and enduring dedication. It is a mental and emotional retreat, crafted on the foundation of intention and sustained through mindful presence. To devote oneself to a single path demands courage and respect for one's values, an act requiring the quiet surrender of peripheral distractions. In this surrender, a spiritual and intellectual refuge forms, offering the soul a vital place to unravel and reconcile itself. The singular pursuit provides tranquility amidst chaos, where the storms of life are approached with wisdom and clarity. Engaging deeply within this sacred space means recognizing that every action reverberates with meaning. Here, the mundane transforms into milestones on a journey toward mastery and enlightenment. This sanctuary crafts a harmonious balance among intellectual, emotional, and spiritual domains. It is a crucible where potential metamorphoses into capability, dreams merging with reality through understanding and a resolute pursuit. This commitment to a singular path is a dialogue with oneself, a dance with the oscillation between limits and freedom. Boundaries ignite liberation, inviting exploration of authentic potential, free from the tyranny of infinite options. The path of singularity sharpens perception, magnifying life's nuances. Each encounter, detail, and moment unfurls with significance when viewed through a focused lens. A quality over quantity ethos emerges, where the frequency of experiences diminishes in importance to the depth of engagement within each one. Focus revitalizes the senses, allowing profound insights from simplistically perceived moments. This examination precludes life slipping into a dull monotony, instead awakening an appreciation for the core symphony of moments shaping our reality. In the singular pursuit, creativity is not stifled but kindled, serving as an engine for innovation and insight. Concentrated focus tunes the mind to patterns, discerning genuineness and allowing authenticity to flourish. By engaging deeply, resilience is cultivated, transforming adversity into wisdom, challenges into opportunities. It illuminates the interconnectedness of experiences, revealing dormant revelations in the absence of focused attention, turning the mundane into magnificent, ordinary into extraordinary. Transcending distractions becomes both challenge and necessity. Distractions can dilute our energies, pulling us away from our chosen focus. Encountering these disturbances, one must address external and internal noise, the doubts and fears shadowing resolve. Acknowledging distractions without yielding to them reclaims the power of attention and directs it with purpose toward desires. Deliberate presence allows conscious immersion in moments, requiring disciplined minds and filtering noise, identifying essentials behind transient diversions. Commitment to singularity does more than restrict. It yields profound, lasting experiences. This focus enriches life's landscape, growing a garden of insights rarely recognized on the surface. Through commitment, wisdom, resilience, and satisfaction blossom, each moment feeding the journey towards self-actualization. Patient dedication reveals life's astonishing depth, deeper than apparent breadth. These rewards expose victories in dedication, a narrative enriched by intertwined effort and outcome interaction. Balancing limit and liberation within singularity harmonizes what seems contradictory. Containment that unleashes creative energy with purpose. Acknowledging boundaries lets singularity flourish into a fertile space, revealing profound truths within constraints. Boundaries blossom into countless possibilities. Within constraint lies a universe of potential awaiting embrace. The art of balance unveils the paradox that limits can liberate, nurturing exploration and liberation. Singularity invites depth and intention's seamless merging, creating an intentional life tapestry. Every action echoes authenticity and mindfulness, filling experience with meaning beyond routine. Such integration involves introspection, aligning actions and intentions, forming a coherent, focused narrative. This dissolves time's illusion, dwelling fully in present richness, transforming chaotic fragmentation into purposeful symphony. Nurturing inner connection leads to self-awareness, merging empathy with emotional landscapes. Dedication builds understanding and acceptance, embracing shadows and light within. This introspection deepens self-worth understanding, straying from societal expectations toward inner solitude. This sacred space renews spirit, viewing life not as random but as purposeful evolution, where guided by intuition, life's ebbing tides are embraced in grateful grace. Thus, singularity opens a passage to profound fulfillment, where each commitment invites the divine into everyday living. Embracing life's sacred journey transforms challenges into milestones, weaving destiny into personal narratives. Our chosen focus is integration, a harmonious journey to wholeness, nurturing connections with life around us. Life, seen as sacred, encourages engagement and appreciation, aligning present moments with higher intentions. This pilgrimage discovers a legacy marked by transformation, impacting us and those we encounter on the journey toward expressing the essence of singularity, a revelation of sacredness in every moment. In the gentle weave of human experience, sacrifice often whispers tales of loss, a soft letting go of roads untaken in favour of the path lit by our true desires. It is a conscious dance, each step removing us from a realm of endless possibilities into the warm embrace of deliberate choices. Beneath this act resides a profound paradox. In relinquishing, we do not diminish but rather illuminate the essence of what deeply matters to us. By closing certain doors with intention, we allow those that remain open to lead us toward a landscape rich in fulfillment and self-discovery. The act of letting go is an alchemical process, a slow turning of pages in our life story, where clarity is not an immediate gift but a gentle unfolding of what lay hidden beneath the surface. As we choose to release the burdens of unrealized dreams, a purification occurs, revealing the distilled version of our own essence. This clarity is not just a vision, it is a resonance, a rhythm that aligns with our authentic self, guiding us as surely as any star through the night. Here, conviction rises as a steadfast guardian, a quiet yet powerful force that reinforces our chosen path. It wraps around us, a tender armour that shields against the echoes of doubt and the tug of indecision. Through conviction, we fortify our inner resolve, ensuring that every action is a thread in the tapestry of our true intentions. It becomes a vow, whispering assurances as we navigate the seasons of life, guiding our steps with gentle determination. In this space, presence becomes the rare jewel of focused living. It is the gift bestowed upon those who embrace simplicity, where each moment shimmers with the richness of complete awareness. As distractions ebb like a receding tide, we are invited to fully inhabit the now, feeling the soft pulse of life beneath our fingertips. Here, the ordinary is transmuted into the sacred, and the complexity of existence recedes, leaving us to savour the profound serenity of simply being. Simplicity, paradoxically radical, beckons us away from the clamour of accumulation and complexity. In its embrace we find liberation, a return to the essence of our being. By shedding layers of societal expectation and material excess, we move with newfound grace and lightness. This simplicity is a quiet revolution, a compass that draws us back to what truly matters, where genuine contentment waits, unadorned and vital. Venturing further, we find renouncement does not deny life but deepens it. This shedding of superficial layers invites us into a sacred dialogue with our soul, pushing us past the noise and into the heart of existence. It opens a spiritual vista where material desires dissolve, revealing the timeless heart of who we are. Here, nestled in the silence, we find renouncement transforming into offerings to our higher self, a path toward profound peace and quiet understanding. Solitude too plays its part, entwined with connection in a delicate dance. In moments alone we meet ourselves anew, finding in the quiet shadows a dialogue of understanding and empathy. This solitude elevates our capacity to connect deeply with others, enriching our relationships with a texture of authenticity. It is a paradox resolved within the heart, where aloneness nurtures the soil from which genuine bonds grow. Within the cauldron of our choices, we encounter the narratives of psychological alchemy. Here, sacrifice does not deplete but transforms, turning desire into wisdom and potential into existence. This transformation is an ongoing journey, subtle yet profound, beckoning us toward a unity of self. Each conscious choice is an act of becoming, where elements of our inner world merge into a richer, more potent whole. Mastering the art of balancing attachment and letting go becomes pivotal. It is not a total detachment, but a thoughtful cultivation of which bonds to cherish and which to release. In this balance, we find the freedom to engage genuinely with life's passions and connections while maintaining the fluidity to let go. This art nurtures an equanimity that holds the light of our essence steady amidst the shifting shadows of change. As this journey unfolds, we grasp the wholeness waiting at the edge of renouncement. It is not achieved through accumulation, but through the integration of truth with each careful choice. This wholeness, a light that emerges, calls us to live aligned with our deepest values, an authentic harmony forged through sacrifice. It is in this understanding that renouncement becomes not a tale of loss, but a testament to the freedom found in intentional, resonant living. Here, illuminated by what remains, we embrace the infinite within the finite, dancing gracefully within the tender paradox of freedom. The paradox of freedom is like a delicate dance, a timeless waltz that tugs at the heartstrings of existence. In this dance, the partnering with paradox reveals the rich fabric of human experience, woven from the threads of choices, infinite yet finite. The very nature of freedom stands as a shimmering enigma, both a boundless horizon and a sanctuary carved from the deliberate narrowing of paths. It's in this gentle tension that Kierkegaard's existential philosophy echoes across the chambers of the soul, inviting us to embrace the duality within. True freedom, he whispers, is not discovered in the abundance of options, but in the heartfelt commitment to a singular course, embraced with fervour. It's an acceptance that choosing one path inevitably means relinquishing others. Yet in this sacrifice, we find the quiet power of genuine liberation. In this intricate mosaic, the art of choosing unfolds. Freedom, paradoxically, demands not an endless pursuit but a reverent narrowing, demanding one to detach from the alluring pull of material desires and instead seek solace in authentic values. It is through choosing and renouncing that the soul's aspirations are refined, gleaming like burnished gold. This profound simplicity transforms freedom from abstraction into a touchstone of clarity, a serene anchor guiding us through life's swirling complexities, stitching together a life of purpose and peace. Here the soul finds its balance, teetering not with anxiety but anchored in the here and now, a presence reverberating through every breath. The temptations of contemporary society often misconstrue freedom as an endless smorgasbord of choices, a banquet of indulgence without consequence. But amid such excess, the soul grows weary, discovering that an abundance of choices yields not fulfillment but hollow yearning. Kierkegaard circles back to remind us that freedom's essence is not a heaping platter, but the delicate art of commitment, the courage to say yes, and just as powerfully to say no. In choosing, we discover depth, not breadth, finding in our chosen path a luminous clarity that cuts through the fog of indecision. This realization ushers a gentle peace, an invitation to breathe deeply into the simplicity of less. Not deprivation, but a conscious embrace, akin to the sweet round notes of a distant flute, drawing the mind inward, where presence reigns supreme over possession. In letting go of the relentless drive for more, we discover the quiet joy of enough, where richness dwells not in accumulation, but in the profound act of savouring what is. Simplicity, unburdened by the superfluous, graces us with the ability to cherish life's subtle melodies, each note a delicate whisper of contentment. Presence, a silent sentry, guards the gateway to genuine freedom. In a world fraught with distractions, it anchors us in the unfolding moment, unperturbed by the fleeting whispers of what has been or the shadowy spectres of what might be. Kierkegaard's voice, a gentle reminder, urges us to inhabit our present with fullness, standing steady amidst the swirling sands of time. In this restful state, freedom sheds the trappings of expectation, dissolving into a serene landscape, where life's gentle rhythms pulse quietly beneath a tranquil sky. Yet to be truly whole, we must learn the art of letting go, not as an act of defeat, but as a graceful surrender to life's ephemeral dance. In this release, freedom breathes, unencumbered by clinging. The realization dawns that true strength lies not in holding, but in flowing, a resilience born from acceptance. This permission to let go unfetters us, inviting us to embrace the world's uncertainties with gentle curiosity, and in doing so, allowing our authentic selves to emerge, vibrant and free. In the unfolding beauty of authenticity lies the luminous byproduct of freedom. True to oneself, the barriers between inner musings and outward expressions dissolve. Here, the journey, like a well-worn path through the forest, reveals the resonant echoes of our deepest values, carving a life steeped in purpose. In living authentically, our actions arise from a place of integrity, each decision a testament to who we are becoming, encouraging a harmony of dreams, actions, and identity, a dance of being alive. The courage to choose to step forward or step back, this is the essence of freedom. As two sides of the same coin, choice and relinquishment teach us that freedom is an act of daring, requiring us to embrace uncertainty and trust the wisdom of our chosen path. Kierkegaard's teachings invite us to hold dear the understanding that freedom encompasses limits, a liberation found in acceptance and assertion. This delicate balance between choosing and letting go fosters a nurturing soil where genuine liberation grows. Finally, it is through detachment that we find liberation's gentle pathway. Misunderstood as indifference, detachment instead beckons us to free ourselves from the shackles of expectation. It is not about abandoning the world, but engaging with an open heart, free of the chains of outcome. Within this freedom lies clarity, a gentle flow with life's rhythms, where the paradox of holding on and letting go becomes a dance of grace and openness. So as we close this chapter on the paradox of freedom, let us carry forth a vision that intertwines commitment, presence, authenticity, courage, detachment, and boundaries. Join us as we navigate these sacred mysteries, each a stepping stone towards a richer understanding of ourselves and our world. Embrace this journey with us. Like and subscribe for more explorations into the heart of life's profound complexities.